If you like used PC parts, then today's video is going to certainly be a tech yes delight, where we are going to go look for all the best bargains locally here, where I really don't have any particular need this month in that I practically want to get everything as long as the price is right, whether it's motherboards, CPUs, GPUs, even power supplies and DDR4 memory and stuff like that. But that said, we've already picked up one deal where the person dropped it off. It was an X99 Asus X99A motherboard with 16 gigabytes of DDR4 memory, as well as a i7 5930K. And we got that for 220 Aussie dollars, where I'll also put the US dollar pricing up on the screen here for you guys, so you can get an idea of pricing all around the world. Now, they were originally asking 300 Aussie dollars, just dropped in that offer and they said sure, and they actually dropped it off to me. Now, when someone drops something off to me, I'm like, hey mate, can you just quickly come down with us and we'll check these parts together? And that's exactly what I did. The motherboard booted up absolutely fine with the CPU and RAM installed. So that's already one deal bagged and tagged. And we've already checked out our local Facebook marketplace as well as Gumtree. We have put in so many different offers on stuff ranging from even GTX 1080s to GTX 970s, which we've already got someone who messaged us back. We're actually meant to get this 2 parts hunts ago, GTX 970 for 70 Aussie dollars. So we're gonna go collect that now, but hopefully by the time we get this deal, some people get back to us and we've got even more deals. So with all that said, it's time to put on your used PC parts hunting capes and let's go find some deals.
If you want to get yourself a cheap, legit Windows 10 Pro Key license, then today's video sponsor SCD Keys has you covered. For as little as $15, when you use that coupon code BFTYC, you can get Windows activated right now. Links in the description below.
So we just picked up a GTX 970. This is the EVGA version, the ACX 2.0. And of course, at these prices, you can slap this in a PC, possibly even under $100, and get some really good 1080p gaming performance. Then let's go crack the next deal open, which is an RTX 3060 Ti. And they were asking around 425. I put in an offer around 360, but they came back and said, look, lowest I'm going is 400. And I said, well, let me come and check the card out. If it checks out okay, I'll buy it. So we're gonna go check out this 3060 Ti right now, see if it checks out, and if it does, we've got ourselves another GPU. So we just finished up with the RTX 3060 Ti deal, and now the card's a little bit dirty, but the person I got it off, they said they didn't clean them yet. They used them on a mining bench for about 6 months. So they were really honest from the get-go, which I do appreciate. And they had the patience to also show us the core slider and memory sliders, and they actually had a healthy range in them. So he also said, and when I went there, I also asked the guy if he had undervolted the cards. He said yes, he kept them under 60 degrees at all times. So sometimes it's not bad buying off a miner. In this case, I had really no other option because I've got to get an RTX 3060 Ti for a flip that I'm doing, and this card I've just got to clean it up really nicely. So that's another deal bagged and tagged. But now we're going to move on to something a little more special, which I'm sure you guys will appreciate. So we just got done at Les's place. It's been a long time since I have seen Les. In fact, last month I tried calling him. I tried getting in touch. I tried getting in contact with some of the people that knew him. I even tried rocking up at his house and he wasn't there. So I left my phone off and then I tried calling him a week ago. He picked up and then he was all good. So he did go in And as we spoke about last month's part hunt, he did have a problem. It's the one that we did think it was. But he's all better now. He has sort of healed up, and he's still wheeling and dealing, which is, it's just, I don't know, man. It's just people have a habit of loving this stuff, and you guys know with the parts hunts, I absolutely love doing this stuff as well. So Les is fine. So it's really good to see that Les is in okay condition, and he's actually back and doing the thing he loves. But what we've got right now behind us is we'll talk about the deals, and also as well, to you guys in the comments, thanks so much for worrying about Les as well. He also said to say thank you to the Tech Yes viewers that were worried about him. He doesn't like being on camera, so I made sure he wasn't on camera at all. He doesn't like that stuff. So, but he does appreciate, you know, everything, all the good comments and stuff, and he does read the comments in the Tech Yes City videos. So it's funny that. But also, we just got done at his place. It's really hot too. It's like, I don't know, maybe it's just this place of the Queensland in Australia, but it's much hotter than where I am at my place. So it's just this stinky hot. I've actually got to open the door, let some fresh air in. But we picked up a heap of monitors. I'll put the price tally up on the screen. I needed monitors. Les also sold us some stands, which I was in desperate need of monitor stands. He sold us a few of those. And also we got some power supplies. I raided Les's power supply bin, and there was actually a lot of cream in that power supply bin. So a lot of good secondhand power supplies that Les has already tested, and they're good. So we got those, and they were ready to rock and roll. And then after that, we also picked up and managed to get a interesting pickup, a GT 1030 2 gigabytes. So Les wanted 20 Aussie dollars for that. So I was like, look, chuck that in. Sometimes you just get, someone buys a PC off you, for example, and they're like, look, my kid's just looking for a Roblox PC. What can you do? And so you do them a real cheap PC, and that graphics card right there is, I guess, just one of those components that can go in just a real low-end banger. So it's always good to just have something like that on hand. And I mean, for 20 Aussie dollars, you're not really losing there. But all in all, we ended up just getting a heap of stuff that I really needed. That's power supplies and monitor stands. So that was an awesome pickup from Les. Had a big chat to him as well. So we caught up on a lot of stuff. So it puts a big smile on my face just to know that everything's still the way it is. So yeah. That's just, it's good, guys, it's good. So, but right now, what we've got right now is something else that has come up, actually. While I was at Les's, I did quickly check out Gumtree, and there was a deal that popped up on the Gold Coast for a Ryzen 7 5700X, 48 gigabytes of DDR4. It's weird, but it's got a good power supply, water cooler, RX 6700 XT. Now they're wanting $1,000 for this. They just said they want to get rid of it quickly, but I just offered $750, and they said come and get it. So I'm gonna go come and pick up this gaming PC. I'm actually gonna check and make sure that it works before I get it, make sure it's not a complete hose job. But I'm a little bit weary of this one, but we're gonna go hit this up and see if this ends up being a good deal. So we are now back at the Tech Yes studio with this PC right here, and there's some good and bad news. And the good news is I did quickly see it up and running before I picked it up, but I only saw the login screen, and the guy said he was in a hurry. So I'm thinking, well, okay, sure. But then upon getting it home now, I believe maybe one of the memory sticks is faulty, which, I mean, if that's the only thing that's wrong with it, it's really not a big problem, because I actually kind of got a lot more than I bargained for, actually, where, for instance, this power supply is really good, this case is extremely good, and there's also RGB fans on the back and front, so that's 6 there, and then another 3 there, so that's 9 custom fans in total. And also that cooler, I could use that in a higher end build, since this is a 5700X, so it doesn't, especially on its stock default clocks, it doesn't push out a lot of power. I believe it's something around maybe 100 watts or even under that. So really efficient CPU, so it doesn't need a likes of a 360 mil water cooler. Then we got the RX 6700 XT. I'm going to quickly install the drivers and just make sure the card is working absolutely fine. And then it came loaded with 3 drives. So a 250 gigabyte SSD, a 480 gigabyte SSD, and a 3 terabyte hard drive, which I thought maybe an SSD was faulty initially, but upon using DiskPart when I was installing Windows 10, just reinstalling everything, I just cleaned all the disks and they all look to be working fine now. So I do believe perhaps this stick of memory, I think I've singled it out already. This stick of memory is perhaps faulty. So it's a shame because it is the 16 gigabyte stick, but I believe these should carry lifetime warranty anyhow. So we'll check it all out. I mean, I've just got to spend a bit of time with it. Maybe I just need to reseat the CPU, give it some tech yes loving, and then do the memory slot. But also the motherboard is the X570 meg. It's got the Wi-Fi on it. So really, in total, I think this one ended up actually working out really well. So I'm pretty happy so far. We've also got the GPUs right here. So I'm gonna run through them all in quick succession, make sure they all, just double check them and make sure they all work absolutely fine. Then we've got the Les pickups. So we've got all the power supplies here, and I mean, going from Les, I know they work all fine, so I don't really need to double check any of those. But also those monitors were just such a crucial pickup. I was really needing some monitors right now, and Les came through with the hookup. But not only that, I begged him for stands, and he gave me 5 stands as well. And 3 of them just fit the Dell monitors that I had that were standless. They fit them perfectly, so they're all good to go. So in total, I've got 10 monitors now that I didn't have and that weren't working before. So really happy so far, but I do want to check all the GPUs and then quickly come back to you guys. So we just got done testing everything, and this card here, the last card, was actually really shocking. All I got on the video footage was the smoke coming off the GPU after I tried turning it on, because I thought, oh yeah, all these cards, I'll quickly run through them. And this one here started catching fire and flames started coming from here, and I quickly turned my power supply off as much as I wanted to quickly film it. I had to turn the power supply off because I just didn't want anything getting, especially on my main rig, damaged, which I checked my main rig after quickly and everything's okay, power supply is fine and stuff like that. But this card here is an absolute lemon, and I messaged the guy straight away. I said, mate, I'm coming back through tomorrow, returning this thing. And I asked these people, I'm like, why do you even bother selling this? Like, why sell this? If it's just, like, what are you thinking? Why sell this? It's 70 bucks. Like, it doesn't work. It caught fire. It's an absolute dud. I don't know why people bother selling this. Oh, man. Anyway, it's the first time I've been like hosed in a long time, but it's not really, the good thing about deals hunting and picking it up from people's places is there's recourse. And I've said this in the past. So this does happen, but I mean, in this case, it's just, yeah, it's just a waste of time. That's the biggest thing. And there's also the potential to damage other components in your PC. So this is unbelievable. So I don't know what the person was thinking with this thing. Then with that aside, I'll put the tally up on the screen here for this month's parts hunt. I am going to take this one back, so I'm canceling it off the tally. But other than that, I'm really happy with all the other deals here. Everything else worked out fine. I mean, this PC right here, there's a little bit of a finickiness going on, but even with that aside, it's a fantastic deal. And all those power supplies, all those monitors, Les came in clutch, and I'm really glad that he's okay as well. So it's a really good thing that came out of today. Anyway, guys, with that aside, do let us know in the comments what was your favorite deal of the month. And I'm also going to end this parts hunt a little bit early because I'm just salty. This kind of thing, yeah, leaves a bad taste in my mouth. But you guys probably want to quickly hear about the PC market as well, update that we do sort of in these parts hunts. And basically with sales coming into January, it is slowing down a bit in terms of what PCs are moving here. It has slowed down a lot, but that's sort of normal for coming off the Christmas season. Also, what I'm noticing is, again, there's a lot of gaming PCs up for sale. In fact, this month we picked up a whole gaming PC because it was just bargain bottom prices. And so that's sort of how the market is. Don't be afraid to see if people are selling gaming PCs really cheap and they're just like ridiculously cheap, that you can still get them and perhaps flip them in a couple of months, because I don't really see the high-end GPU market pushing out, especially the mid-range GPU market when it comes to prices. I mean, those RX 6600s, RX 6700 XTs, they've definitely stabilized over the last 5 months. RTX 3060 Ti's, they are really good prices right now. I think a lot of people are looking at the higher end, like the RTX 3080s, 3090s, and even the 4000 series, and I don't think that's where the value's at. It's definitely at those mid-range cards right now, where there's a lot of them on the new market for good prices, there's a lot of them on the used market, but also when we factor in monetary conditions as well, tightening is still happening here in Australia. I think it's a global thing right now where monetary conditions are still tightening, meaning money is going to still be more desirable. And also when we factor in high inflation that's still coming through the pipeline, it means that PC prices as an aggregate total will keep going down, factoring in also the fact that there's a massive oversupply, at least from the used parts sector. When I talk to people like Les and stuff like that, who have a lot of parts coming in, and they're actually turning people back that they get PC parts from. And this is what we've talked about numerous times also on the channel here, and that is the dynamic between the used market and the new market, where they actually, believe it or not, keep each other in check, and that if there's a massive oversupply in the used market, prices will come down there, and then instead of people going out and buying new, they're going to say, well, hey, used prices are really good, whether it's a gaming PC or if it's an office PC, and that will force the prices of the new stuff to come down. So it's a beautiful relationship that used and new parts share, and I hope you guys enjoyed today's parts hunt. If you did, then be sure to hit that like button. Also, let us know in the comment section below what you thought of the deals this month. Love reading your thoughts and opinions as always, and I'll catch you guys in another tech video very soon. If you've stayed this far and you're enjoying that Tech Yes content, then be sure to hit that sub button, ring that bell, and I'll see you next time. Peace out for now. Bye.